Oops, sorry. Sorry.
Careful, guys.
Sorry.
Go get an A. Is there any more A's over there, Lily? Okay, 140. Everybody go to page 140.
Katie, get rid of that.
140. When you guys are there, I will know because our voices will be off. Our markers will be put down. Our whiteboards will be put down, and we will be ready to learn. Okay, so today, boys and girls, we are going to look at line graphs. Okay? Our objective is I can read and interpret a line graph. Can someone think and talk to their neighbor, what does interpret mean?
Clarissa and Jocelyn, you make a group of 3 here. Bailey, you're talking to Paisley. Emma, talk to Kyler.
Emily's go over and talk to Emma.
Line graphs, they do Mikey interpret. No.
Marissa, talk to Katie. Evie, talk to Clarissa.
I'll tell you. So, what do you guys think that interpret means? Back to me in 3, 2, 1. What did you and your partner think interpret means? Marissa?
I think we thought that interpret means like I just forgot. That interpret means that it's not gonna be like up and down, it's gonna be sideways, or it's gonna be diagonal, or straight up and down.
Okay, so interpret. What else can we say interpret means? Paisley? Okay, so we're going to interpret a graph. We're going to read our graph. We are going to see what our graph means.
So interpret
okay?
means read.
So interpret means to look at, to figure out what our graph's going to be about. Okay?
Like understand.
Yes, to understand it. Very good. So, we have a couple new vocab words that I want you guys to look at. Okay? So, first of all, a line graph. What can we say is different about a line graph and a bar graph? Paisley. Okay, so we've got a line. Very good. And it's connecting our what?
Dots.
Okay, our points. Very good. So, Katie, what can you say we're looking at here in our line graph?
We are looking at temperatures.
Okay, temperatures at school and what else?
What time?
Okay, what time? Good. So we can tell that with time, this graph is showing us what kind of information? Mikey, what kind of information is this showing us? Okay, we're looking at
The temperature at the school and what time.
Okay, so we're looking at a time span of how our temperature is changing, okay? So our line graph helps us to interpret or to understand how different things change over time, okay? So now I want you guys to look at the next page. Horizontal axis. Who can tell me what horizontal axis is? Jazz, without reading it directly from the book, what does it mean?
A horizontal axis is like the bottom.
Okay, because
Because
why?
that's like the horizon line kind of.
Okay, and
like from a book
X like
or something. It's
xylophone, left to right. Okay.
Y to the sky.
What about our vertical axis? What's another word for a vertical axis? Lily?
A vertical.
can we say about our vertical?
It's up.
It's what?
It's up.
Okay, so y-axis or our vertical axis is y to the sky. Very good. Okay, so I want you guys follow along with me on this. What is the temperature at 11 o'clock a.m.?
Find 11.
No, I'll read it. You guys just follow along, okay? So, what is the temperature at 11 o'clock a.m.? Find 11 o'clock along the horizontal axis. Everybody take your finger, go to 11 o'clock. Okay? Move up until you meet a point on the graph. So we're going to go up. Oh, there's a point. Okay? From that point on the graph, move left until you meet the vertical axis or our y-axis.
Which is
So we'll move all the way over. The point on the scale or vertical axis is what?
80.
Everybody?
88 degrees
88.
Fahrenheit.
Very good. 88 degrees Fahrenheit. So what can we say the temperature is at 11 o'clock?
88 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay, so what time was the temperature 74 degrees? I want you guys to... Huh?
What was the time temperature?
Yeah, well,
It kind of just
At
tells
what
us
time
the
was the
answer.
temperature 74 degrees?
it tells us.
Okay, Kyler. At 8 o'clock, I want everybody to go to 74 degrees. Okay? And I want you to follow where the point is. And then you're going to go down. It was at 8 o'clock that it was 74 degrees. What about at 70 degrees? What time was it? Clarissa? 70 degrees. What time?
7, 8.
Very good. Okay? Now, will you guys pay attention to right here? There are two lines. What do you think that means? Diane, what do you think that means? What are we counting by on our scale?
2.
Okay, so we're counting by 2. But we go from 0, and then we go to 70. So what does that mean? What do you think that means, those two lines? Do you think that they skipped all the way up to 70?
Yes.
Okay, so they went from 0 to 70. So those two lines represent, they skipped all the way to 70. Okay, temperature-wise. Why do you think that they skipped from 0 to 68? Okay, do we have 2 degrees here?
No.
Okay,
Yeah.
at school, in school, is it ever 2 degrees in school?
No.
Okay, so it helps because it takes, if we had that much data on that big of a scale and we counted by 2s, we would not be able to see. It'd be so little, okay, and it'd be way up here on the graph, and you'd have all of this down here that was blank. So this just shows you that they cut out from 0 to 68, okay, and they started counting at 70. All right, next page, really quick.
That graph is going up and down.
Which
Yeah.
one?
Both of them.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you think that means, Alex?
Well, I think one of the questions saying what was the time, and one of us what was the degrees of that time.
Okay, very good. Are you talking about on this one?
No. Yeah. Well, I think the red line is going to the degrees, and the blue line is like going to the time.
Okay, very good. So now if we look at this one, what is this called again?
A bar graph.
Nope. A Paisley?
Table.
I know.
It's a Alex?
Table.
A table, very good. Okay. Now I want you guys to look at your next graph. All right, how far is Ryan from his home after 3 minutes on the bus? Well, we know that this graph is labeled distance from Ryan's home. Okay. What is our y-axis labeled, Katie?
Our y-axis is labeled in 500s.
Not the scale. What's it labeled? What's our label?
Distance from Ryan's home in meters.
Okay, very good. Okay, so then what's our x-axis, Diane?
Time.
Okay, good. So then what is our scale, Marissa?
Your scale. What does a scale mean again?
Can someone help her out? Where's the scale? Paisley, help her out. Okay, what we're counting by. Okay, so look. We go from 0, and then we have
We're going to
a middle interval.
Wouldn't
Okay.
it be 50 then?
So, and then we go up to 500.
Yeah.
If we go from
No.
0 to 500, what's going to be our middle interval? What's going to be our halfway point?
Ooh.
Kyler? 250. How did you get that?
I thought it was
Very good. So, then what do we know if it's 1,000 here? What's our interval here? Ben, what can you help me with this one? If we go from 1,000 and we go to 1,500, what is our middle interval here?
1,300.
1,000. Someone help him out. Marissa?
1,250.
1,250. Very good. Okay, really quick. How far is Ryan from his home after 3 minutes on the bus?
1,000.
Look at your graph. Shh, raise your hands. Very good. Thank you for raising your hands, Jazz. Help me out.
1,250.
Okay, 1,250 because we go over to our minutes. Okay, we see 3 minutes. We go up and we see where our dot is, our point. Our point represents our data. Okay, so then we go over and it's 1,250. Okay, next, let's go to number 4. What was the increase in distance from Ryan's home from the 1st to the 3rd minute? So how much did we increase going from the 1st minute to the 3rd minute? Clarissa, can you help me out? We start at the 1st minute and we go to the 3rd minute. What is our increase?
Increase by.
If you have to, write it down.
I know it. I'm just
Okay.
thinking. Okay, so that's 200. The first minute's 250,
Okay.
and then the 3rd minute we go all the way up to 1,250.
Okay.
So it'd be 1,000.
Okay, good. Does everybody see how she did that? Okay,
Yes.
Clarissa, will you kind of talk us through how you did it? And I want
Okay,
everybody to
so
look at their graph, okay?
There's like, okay, so, oh, sure, that was it. Like, if you take 1,000 and 250 minus 250, it'd be 1,000.
Okay, good. So we know that it asks us, let's see here, from the 1st to the 3rd minute. So we look at our 1st minute, and we know that it's 250, okay? And then we go to our 3rd minute, and we go up, and we know that it's 1,250. Okay, so they want to know what the difference is. They want to know this jump right here, okay? And by finding this, you're going to have to subtract our 1st minute from our 3rd minute, okay? Okay,
Okay.
let's do, during which 1 minute interval was the bus moving the fastest?
I think.
Which 1 minute interval was the bus moving the fastest? And I want you to justify your answer. Tell me why. Alex?
6.
Why?
Well, 6. Can you put the table off?
What?
I.
Oh,
Well,
there you go.
the minute 6 was in the. Well, the distance from Ryan's home was 2,500.
Okay, good. So they went the fastest. Or they traveled the fastest in distance wise.
Well,
Okay, it's 6. Okay.
Well, 4 and 5 are the same.
Very good. So they were traveling at about the
Same thing.
same speed. Very good. All right. So then let's look at this graph. Last one and then we'll go on. Find the length and cost of wire at point A on the graph. So find the length and cost of wire at point A on the graph. So where's point A? Heavy. Okay, so we're at 3 for our length. Okay. So then we also need to know the cost, which is, we go up to A, and then we go across on our, horizontal. So we're going up by 3s. So what can we say that this one's going to be?
6,
We know 6 is up here.
4,
We know 3 is here.
4,
3, 4, oh, that's not 5. So 3,
4,
4.5. Okay, so we're going up by 1.5. Okay, so you guys have to make sure you pay attention to your scale. Okay,
Okay.
so the cost of wire is what? 1.
4.5.
So we've got 3 and we have to add our 1.5.
4.5.
$4 and
50
50 cents. Very good. All right, I want you guys quietly to cap your marker. If you are wearing blue, quietly, no voices, put your markers and whiteboards away and your books. Have a seat. If you're wearing blue, if you're wearing blue, yes?
If you're wearing blue. Emily, you're wearing blue. If you have on your
Guys, I don't need any other voices.
we're all wearing blue. Some of us.
That doesn't count. No,
Everybody's but you're not wearing your socks.
All right, those that are wearing orange.
Your eyes are blue. Your eyes are blue.
Ben, Ben, go quick.
Okay, so today we know that we are learning about what? Ooh, what can we do? Everybody get back to your seats.
I know.
Hustle, hustle.
It says I can read
Paisley.
and a line graph.
What do we know?
I can read it.
I can read and interpret a line graph.
Interpret. I can read and interpret a line graph. What does interpret mean?
Oh, I don't know.
Someone help her out. Kyler, what does interpret mean? Okay, you're looking at your information. You understand what you're looking at. Okay, very good. So remind me, what was our objective today?
To interpret the
Line graph.
I can read and interpret a line graph.
I can read and interpret a line graph. And what is a line graph used for? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Larissa, what's a line graph used for?
A line graph is used
This is the
for
next sheet that
to
you get.
see the differences between minutes or something.
Okay, over a period of
Time.
time. Excellent work. So our line graphs are to show data over a period of time. Okay, I want you guys to put your name on this and go ahead and start working. Make sure to really listen and read your questions carefully. Okay? I want you to underline what you think is important. If it says the most or the greatest or the least, we know we are going to have to subtract. Okay? All right. Go ahead.
I guess Alex doesn't get it.
There you go.
You don't have any homework, Alex. Super spell.
is the increase here?
Okay.
So how much is the increase here? So what would happen? So the increase here. But that's not what was asking. A 2-hour interval. 7, 8, 9. 9, 10, 11. 11, 12, 1. So I want to know during which 2-hour time period the number was the greatest increase. So where does it look like you have the most falafels being made? Okay, so if you think it's between here and here, you have to figure out how many are being made, because that's what it asks. You might also want to look at 2 others and see which one is the most. Ms. Crowley, they're all struggling with the 2-hour interval increase, number 7. Can you reteach that or take a paper or?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, all right, guys. I want everybody to look at this one right here on page. There we go. It's the second page, number 7. Okay? During which 2-hour interval was the increase in the number of falafels the greatest? Okay, so we're just going to look at this first question first. So, during which 2-hour interval was the increase in the numbers of falafels the greatest? Okay? So, what are we looking at? Can someone tell me what we're looking at? When it says 2-hour interval, okay, Paisley? We're looking at, so from 7 to 8 o'clock, is that 2 hours?
No, that's 1 hour.
That's only 1 hour, okay, so we're going to go 7 to 9 o'clock.
That's
You see how that's our 2-hour interval, okay? So from 7 o'clock till 9, how much did it increase? So we went from 180 to 240. How much did it increase by?
60.
So from right here, it went up 60, okay? So what about from 8 o'clock until 10 o'clock?
still 60.
Let's look. 8 o'clock is at
210.
210. And 10 o'clock is at
330.
330. Okay, so how much did we increase by?
60.
Let's look at it. If we have to, let's add them. Or subtract them, I mean.
I think
330 minus 210.
120. 120.
120. So we went up 120. Okay, so what about from 9 o'clock until 11? 9 o'clock is at what time? Or how much?
240.
240. And then 11 o'clock goes up to what?
390.
390. So, how much did it increase in that 2-hour interval? Ben?
150.
Okay, does everybody agree? 150?
Yes.
Okay, so plus 150. What about 10 o'clock until 12 o'clock? Let's go up to 10. 10 o'clock we did what?
330.
330. And 12 o'clock we went up to,
Same 120.
so 420 minus what?
330.
330, because that was what we had at 10 o'clock. Okay? So how much did we go up?
90.
90.
Hey, it went shorter.
2-hour interval did we go up, or did the number of falafels increase the greatest amount?
No, it went down a little.
So was 60 our greatest increase?
No.
No. Was 120 our greatest increase?
No.
Was 150 our greatest
Yes.
increase? Okay, so let's look at what time that was.
9 and
11, and we went to
9.
9. So our 2-hour interval was the increase, during which 2-hour interval was the increase in the number of falafels the greatest?
11
Between
a.m. to 9 a.m.
9 o'clock and 11 o'clock. And then it says, how much was the increase? So how much was the increase? Diane?
150.
150. Very good. So during 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. was our greatest increase. And it went up by 150. Okay? Does everybody understand that one now?
Yeah.
All right.
This color. Is it saying how many
On which one? On which one?
on these two? 'Cause
How
I'm not
many
sure if they're
patients were at the clinic at 5:30 p.m.? So where is it going to talk about time?
right here.
Okay, so let's find 5:30.
I went
Okay, we're going to go up. So how many what was the number of patients? Why did you go two? Okay, so we're going, okay, so you had 40 because it's asking number of patients. So how many number of patients are in the clinic at 5:30?
just, oh,
Okay,
that's what we did.
yeah. How many patients? Help me line again. Good.
Do we have them for it says during which half hour
Break down to 10.
what was
Okay, so that's just like what we did. Okay, so our interval, our 30-minute intervals are right here. Okay, but it's half-hour intervals, so we're going from 2:30 to 3, 3 to 3:30, 3:30 to 4, 4 to 3. So we're wanting to know, so when we go from 2:30, okay, when we go to 2:30 to 3, we went from 60 patients down to 40. Okay, so 30, 40. So what is our interval going to be?
In which the increase in temperature is the greatest. Increase means it goes up. So between here and here, how much does it go up? 5.
Okay,
5 degrees. Between here
so
and here,
then
how much
we
does
have to
it
fix
go
these
up?
ones for sure. But we go from 2:30 at what? 60.
And between here and here, how much does it go up? So, during which 1 hour interval did the temperature go up?
Okay, so if we go from 2:30, okay, has how many? So you're gonna have to do
what
is what?
County did up there with the 2 hours, but you're gonna be 1 hour, so you're gonna have to go figure out each one between 6 and 7.
Okay, so then we go from
How much
3.
does it- how
Are
much
we
did it go up?
increasing from 3 to 3:30? Or are we decreasing? Okay, so we're increasing, so do we have to worry about 3 to 3:30?
No.
So probably try to figure that one out.
This one?
You tell me, where's our half-hour interval? Is 3:30 to 4:30 a half-hour interval? Okay.
45.
Okay. During which half-hour interval did the number of patients at the clinic decrease the most? Okay, what was the decrease in the number of patients? So what is decreasing? Okay, go down. So I want you to find where are our half-hour
Do
intervals?
we write 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. or just 10?
Okay, so 2:33, those are our half-hour intervals, okay? So I want you to circle where are we decreasing? Paragraph, where are we decreasing? Okay, good. So we need to figure out which half-hour interval did the number of patients in the clinic decrease the most.
So,
Okay,
2:30
so
to 3 o'clock,
2:30 and 3. How much did we decrease? Okay, so.
What's your question,
write down
baby?
here.
Every time I skip 3 minutes,
Okay, so then where's our other decrease? Okay, so I want you to figure out how much that is. And then I want to see which half-hour interval would the number.
Your last one's not right.
And then I want you to tell me how much.
Hours. How many hours? Well, you have to show me which hours. These are half hours right here.
Okay, so you see how we're going from 2:30
So during which half-hour interval does the number of patients at the clinic decrease?
All right,
can I
so
get to right here?
where
Because
are
it goes to 45.
Is that a decrease when it goes down? So this is a decrease. Where's another decrease? Okay?
this goes to?
So it's either this one or it's this
Okay,
one.
so from 3:30.
Which one decreased the most?
did it go down between 2:30?
Decreasing.
Between what two times?
Okay, so from 3 to
This
what?
is the biggest decrease? Where's your biggest decrease? What two times?
2:30.
Okay? So that's the first part. During which half-hour interval?
Okay, so
So write those two times down.
30 till.
Between?
Okay, so what's our decrease? We go from 60 to what? So what's our decrease? All right, it sounds like a lot of you guys are getting stuck on this last page, okay? So, it's what we just went through, okay? So, during which half-hour interval did the number of patients at the clinic decrease the most? So we know we're looking at what? When our graph does what? Lily?
Get lower.
Gets lower, or it
higher.
decreases, okay? Decreases means what?
Lower.
Going down, subtracting, very good. Okay, so, where in our graph is decreasing? Paisley?
At 3:30 and 4.
Okay, so, do you see how we go from 3:30 to 4, and we are decreasing in the number of patients. So, between 3:30 and 4, we're decreasing. Where else are we decreasing in this graph? Diane, can you tell me where else we're decreasing in this graph?
From 2:30 to 3.
Very good, from 2:30 to 3. Okay, we're decreasing. What about all this? What about from 4 till 7?
That's increasing.
We're going up, okay? Gradually we're going up, but we're still going up, okay? Does it drop down at all? It doesn't, so we're continually increasing. So we're just looking from 2:30 till 3. Hold on, okay? So 2:30 to 3, where are we at 2:30?
At 2:30 to
We're at 60, okay? So at 3 o'clock we're at
45.
45. Okay, so what are we going to be at after we figure out how much we've decreased by? Alex? 15, okay, very good. So we know from 2:30 to 3 is 15. We're decreasing 15. So from 3:30 to 4, where are we at 3:30? Emily, where are we at 3:30?
3:30, you're at 55.
Okay, so we're at 55. And at 4 o'clock, we're at what?
30.
30, okay. So, we have 25. We decreased 25 patients between 3:30 and 4. So, during which half-hour interval did the number of patients at the clinic decrease the most? Between what half-hour interval? Mikey?
Between 3:30 and 4 o'clock.
Good. So during the interval of 3:30, we're decreasing. Okay, do you see how we go from 55 and we go down to 30, we go from 60 down to 45, okay? The rest of our graph, we're increasing, we're going up in our number of patients, okay? So then, what was the decrease in number of patients? What was the decrease?
25.
25. 25 what?
Patience.
Patients. Always restate your question and always label your answers, okay? So now, our last one. During which 1 hour interval did the number of patients at the clinic increase the most? Okay, so what are we looking at? Jazz?
Increase.
We're looking at increase, which means the graph goes up. Okay? Good. So I want you guys to try this one on your own. Okay? But look at the difference. Instead of our half-hour interval, we're looking at what? 1 hour interval. Okay? So now instead of going from 2:30 to 3, we'll be going from 2:30 to 3:30.
Hey, that's like an hour.
Okay?
It's like an hour.
Okay, that's our hour interval. Okay, so I want you guys to try this on your own.
Thank you. Thanks, Miss Foley.
Can I get a bandit? That's more fun.
Wow, people are. A lot of people are.
Okay. If you are finished, please get your journals out and finish your journals for Oregon Trail.
Oh, I finished mine.
Let me get the card.
Okay, so that means, yep, I want you to color your pictures.
That's all I got. One song.
However, let's be respectful for those who are still working. Let's stay quiet, okay?
Because the other one, it came off,
Okay, so
and
look.
when I was in the bathroom, I took it out of my sock.